fourth go to round 5.
Yeah, it's a great concept. I think, especially in conditions like this, the guys really want to maximise their surfing time in their heats. You know, they can really push their performance in that heat. And if they get a win, they get rewarded straight into the quarterfinals, which is a 5th place, which is considered a keeper result. But at this late in the tour, guys will want to be betting with 5th.
That's right, yeah. So there we see Maury Laverne coming in. The Reunion Island, 2007 world champ. Well, like we said, he did well. He surfed that heat perfect almost. He come out on top, 16.4. We'll try and get an interview with him when he comes in. Andrew Lester in second position there, beating his other fellow team rider, turbo team rider, Jacob Romero. Yeah. Well, Jacob was a wild card for this event. He's done Hawaii proud. He's made it through to the round 3, but that's all she wrote for Jacob Romero. He's packed his bags. He's heading home.
Well, I've seen a little glimpse of the Red Bull car on the beach. I don't know if we can get a little shot of that. It looked pretty tough, that vehicle on the beach.
I did see that thing. It looked like a big black beast of a...
I don't know if the team down there could get us a little shot of that. I wouldn't mind.
You know what? I'll speak to the cameraman after this advert and we'll try and get a shot of that. So have a look at this.
I'm Andrew Lester and this is the Turbo Jerry Houston model. Now this is an exact replica of the board that Jerry uses on the IBA World Tour. This board's made for everyone, but it really comes into its own with high performance riders. Jerry has designed contours on the deck for better flex and grip when landing big airs. The Swirl and Slick gives better flex and projection, nose bulbs for better grip, 50-50 rails for more speed, and the channels for extra control. The Jerry model is available in 2 core options, the Polypro Limited and the Paradox Cell. The Polypro Limited features the Trilogy stringer system, which has 1 circular stringer going through the centre of the board and 2 half stringers running from just under the elbows down towards the tail. This gives greater flex through the top half of the board with plenty of stiffness in the tail for speed and acceleration. The Paradox Cell is a less dense Polypro core and comes with 3 flat stringers running through the board. These flat stringers give a little extra flex, which is ideal for the colder water. Jerry has put a lot of time into the design of this board along with Glennet Turbo, and they've nailed it. I love riding this board. It's got all the design features that I look for in a high performance board, and I know you're going to love it too.
Okay. And there we go. Welcome back to the IBA Zicatela. There it is, the Red Bull van. Look at that thing on the beach. That is a beast.
That is a nugget if I've ever seen one. Look at it. I don't know if that's looks like a hybrid kind of Hummer, but that's sitting pretty comfortable on the sand though. I wouldn't mind trekking this whole Mexican coast in this.
I've actually seen these before, and in the back is a massive audio DJ setup, and that's a speakers that come out the top, and it pumps music. And I think you open the trunk of that, and you get cold Red Bulls.
Yeah, I actually heard that the radiator is filled with Red Bull.
Oh, here we go. Look, that could be a white lie. You know what? Hold that thought. Maury Laverne, let's see what he's got to say. Down to you, Dan.
On Alex, I'm here with the winner of the last heat, Amari Verne from Reunion Island. So Amari, you dodged elimination in round 2 and just round 3. How are you feeling now?
Yeah, I'm really happy. I had a pretty slow start in this comp. I'm here since 2 weeks now for training, and my first round, I get third. I had a really hard hit with guys ripping, and 2 days ago with my round 2, I was really stressful. I make it just at the end, and almost Jake Stone beat me. And today I'm happy to get some good wave, and I had a good start on my heat, and I'm really happy now.
Right on. So you had some amazing waves out there. Take us through those 2 waves that got you through this round.
Oh yeah, so my first wave, I had this left, I was ready to hit the lip, and I just had a spin on the top to like a small air reverse. So it was nothing big, but just I had some good lines, and I think the judge liked it. Really up and down and clean landing. So I'm really happy on that score on that first wave. And then I wait for that right, and was pretty tricky wave, not really hollow barrel, but just really technical. And a nice invert at the end, and 8.75. I'm really happy. It's pretty slow today, but some good one. You have to be at the right time, right place.
Right on, you were there. Well, do you want to make any shout-outs before you go?
Yeah, to my family, to all my friends in the Reunion, and to everybody who loves bodyboarding. You!
Right on. Back to you guys in the booth, boys.
Cool.
Good job.
So there we go. Our last heat winner there, Maury Laverne. Very professional. He's a strong competitor, really, really fit. And little shout out to Dan, our man down there, giving us our live interviews there. Dan Zimbra from Hawaii. And Mitch, what's happened so far, buddy?
It looks like we've got some live action out there now. Dave Winchester, current ratings leader, on a nice looking left. He's really racing this. Strong roll to start his campaign. And he's just pulled that up. And looks like Roberto Bruno got the first wave and started with a low score of a 1.63, something that Roberto will replace quite easily. But this is a heat that I think everyone's going to be paying close attention to, especially the guys that are in the running for the title.
That's
So,
right. Yeah, we see that
the
priority system working in Winnie's favour there.
Yeah, so he just got a nice fast left, and when he was just looking to get on the board. So yeah, he started with a nice 5.88 for that.
There he is. Old Drogba Winchester there. Currently resides in France with his family. His two beautiful girls and his beautiful wife. I'm sure they're watching. Hi, Amy. And the girls in France, they're probably streaming in.
Yeah, it's probably a good time zone for them right now too.
That's right. They're ahead of us down here in Mexico.
So it looked like probably be coming into the afternoon there.
That's right. So we see just under 23 minutes remaining. Winnie with a 5.88. First strike there. Roberto Bruno, the Brazilian, and Thomas Rigby, the other Australian.
Yeah, I think Tom's going to play a really like patient heat. You know, like he really likes to hang and wait for those right-handers. He's down the beach a little bit further. And if those rights come through, I think Tom's going to be a real threat in this heat. He's not going to, take too many risks, and he's just going to play a really smart heat. I'm looking forward to seeing how Rigby does in this heat.
Yeah. So once again, send us in any questions you want to ask Mitch. We'll start. I haven't actually asked anyone any questions yet, but send them in and we'll. I'm reading the screen and stuff, so send them in and we'll hit you with some questions. Some viewers around the world might want to ask you something about your breakfast, your dinner, the lay day, what you did yesterday, your training regime.
Yeah, for sure, and they can all just fire away on the IBA's Facebook page.
That's right. Hit us on the IBA World Tour Facebook page.
It always gets a lot of attention. Everyone's got a lot of opinions, which is great. It shows that people are really interested in the sport and they're passionate, and even the comments that can be quite controversial.
That's
Get
right.
that word out. I like seeing it. I like seeing what people write and seeing what they think of the tour and everything like that. It's I love it.
It's good, yeah, and it's just great how we can bring you this stream too, and you get online and it gives you interaction here. We're trying to take riders to where they haven't been before, giving them this. It's hard. Normally we give you a water angle, but trying to shoot water at this beach is super tough for our main guy Seamus, especially with the rips and that, and he can't really stay in position. So we're trying to hopefully we can get a water angle for the last day if we can get this, get him on the jet ski and maybe do a bit of tracking, which I heard might happen, but it's not a promise. But it would be good. Yeah, it would be good if we can get tracking angles there. But you know what? The guys from the beach are already bringing us incredible angles, double angles of everything. Yeah, Ruhlman Ray and Diego Cabrera, the Canary boys, as we were talking about before. The characters of the sport, look at them.
The crazy Canarians.
Crazy Canarians.
Diego looks like he's recovered well after that pretty major injury over in Chile that he copped, that head injury, and he couldn't fly home.
Event. Yeah.
Couldn't fly home for I think it was 6 weeks to 2 months or something like that, and he just had to hang here at Rica, and something simple kind of injury that he got. It ended up being a pretty pretty big ordeal for him.
Yeah, a very close scare there. He hemorrhaged in the brain after doing a massive air reverse and hit his head on the
His
board.
yeah.
And knocked himself out completely and went to hospital. It was very, very dangerous.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean. He's a crazy Canarian. And he was supposed to be out of the water for 12 months, but no, back in the water within a couple of months.
And looks like we've got Winnie on
Here
a
we
nice
go. What's
right.
Winchester got here? He's got picked off a nice right. And
Oh.
big Rolo there. Look at that landing. Now, that was a completed move.
Yeah, he pulled through that.
We haven't seen many perfect barrels in this heat yet, as we did see in the heat before.
Let's take a look at this roll. This is sketchy, this thing.
Bit of backwash in there. Look at that.
He's coming down with the lip and just got in front of it, and that bounce, the whitewash almost bounced all the way over it, but he held on just enough to make that. And that'll be a pretty high scoring wave, considering he got a 5.88 for his last roll. I think that's going to push well into the 7s, actually.
That's right, and here's another angle of that replay there. Sporting Bet replay here. Down the beach angle. Oh, that's a nice roll. That's a textbook Winchester roll. We've seen him doing those in Chile off those heavy sections.
I think
Brazil.
that roll was made long before he come through the wash anyway, so I think the judges will see that. And they rewarded him with a 7.63, which I thought would be the case, which is really good to see that the judges judged it off his first wave to that wave. And it looks like Michael Novi there getting piped with a couple of bodyboards.
Standing in the barrel there, look.
Yeah, incredible angle that cameraman's getting.
Now, we've got to say, Michael Novi's actually injured at the moment. He hurt his foot, but we will see him coming up in what heat is, Novi's in heat 5, which, he's coming up next. He has injured his foot. I was talking to him last night. So he said he's sort of struggling to walk at the moment. So I wonder how that's going to play out when he puts a flipper on.
How did he hurt his foot?
He actually hurt it surfing. He said his toe bent back on the sandbar, and I believe he's still suffering from that. So we'll see how he goes in this next heat.
Yeah, I guess a lot of the guys have always got some kind of little niggling little injury that, none of us are always at 100%, There's always something kind of going on. It's a pretty high impact sport, especially at beach breaks like this where it demands basically all your whole body and all your muscles working together. It's pretty grueling. The paddle outs are long and tough.
And you know what, Mitch? I've got a question for you. Liam Nestoroff, he wants to know, Mitch, what Pokemon did you choose as a starter? Charmander, Bulbasaur, or Squirtle? Can you answer that one, mate?
I don't even know really what a Pokemon is, but Squirtle sounds pretty good.
We'll go with Squirtle. Okay, Liam. It's Squirtle, mate.
Squirtle. Pokemon.
That's a weird question, isn't it, coming through on the IBA Facebook page there?
Squirtle.
Squirtle.
Hopefully
so Mitch Squirtle Rawlins, we'll see him later on.
I'm going to get a couple of Squirtles out there in my Heat 8.
Get squirtled out of a few barrels and... So we see Roberto Bruno, the Brazilian, having a look at this one here. Nice invert there from Roberto.
It's going to be tough to push through
See
that
if he can land that one. He's landed right in the V there like we talked earlier. He got the height, but not much projection out towards the shore.
Here we go, Rigby.
Thomas Rigby here, bottom turning in this nice thick pit here. Wow, look at that. And punches a roll out. Can he make this? It's going to be a high scoring wave. He can pull through this. No, just coming unstuck there in the suds.
He did. I think, considering Leicester got that 5.88 or 5 something in that last heat for a barrel that he didn't make, I think Rigby's going to look pretty good. But we'll take it back to Roberto's invert and see he just kind of hit it just a little bit late and couldn't get out in front of it. And very similar to Jacob's invert too, and just couldn't push through the foam. But we're probably going to get a better look at Tom Rigby's left-hander, which had incredible form, and he knew it too. He bottom turned, put his face up, and look at it right here. Really enjoying that view right there. And then goes for this strong roll, and it looked really good. I thought he was going to maybe push through that, but there's just so much turbulence, like when the waves break here, and he just couldn't push through. But I'll be interested to see. Yeah, he did. He got a 6 for that, so it was
So
rewarded
he got
for the
rewarded
barrel.
for the barrel. Yeah, he got a 6. And we see Winnie in the lead there, 13.51 total.
Yeah.
Rigby with a 6. Only one scoring wave there, and Roberto Bruno. We're still waiting for some scores to drop. I think, yeah, there we go. A 1.38, so it was an incomplete move there. And, well, Mitch, there's another question's come through for you from Joao Oliveira. What is your strategy for the rest of this event?
It's kind of a hard one. Like I guess I'm in heat 8, and generally the conditions can sometimes deteriorate a little bit. I mean, I look at the conditions now, and I kind of, I obviously want to get on those better waves. But as the day goes on, and the tide drops out, the conditions change so much here. So my strategy kind of comes into it a couple of minutes just before the heat, or even during the heat. It's kind of hard to say, but I definitely like to be making a few more heats if I can.
Well, another question for you. We've got a young 14-year-old Tom Churnside. Hey guys, wanted to ask a few questions. He's 14. He wants to know, how does he get a name and a reputation up in the world of bodyboarding? Who he talks to, and should he enter more comps, etc. What's your best advice for Tom Churnside?
Yeah, I think it's definitely best, depending where Tom is from, like to join the local bodyboard club, and even go down to the local bodyboard shop or surf shop where they stock bodyboards, and ask around and see what comps are available in that area, and just generally be around the scene as much as possible, and entering those contests are really good, because you're surfing or bodyboarding with kind of like-minded people who have got the same interests, and they would, it's always going to help out, and following the website like the IBA World Tour, and constantly being updated, and the magazine Riptide Movement and the Boogie and all the international magazines, and just being aware of what's going on in the bodyboarding world. And I know when I was a Grom, that's all I'd do. Like the Riptide was like my Bible.
The Bible, yeah. Waited every month for it.
I'd be very angry if it didn't come out on time, that's for sure. I don't think the editors or the publication houses realise how frustrated Groms can get if those magazines do not come out on time.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I used to blame my mum straight away. I thought she hid it from me, or if I wasn't being a good boy, she'd hide it. Riptide was my god. It got me through each month, didn't it?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, Skid Skunk when he used the comics. Like, you remember that?
Yeah,
Chris
Skid
Bryan.
Skunk. Yeah, that's right. Jeff Hubbard, Mark McCarthy there. We're going to get Mark in the booth later on in a couple of heats to commentate too, so you can ask the South African some questions. And, geez, he surfed well, didn't he? A couple of good barrels in his one, taking his one out, that heat.
Yeah, Mark, he'll be really happy with that. It'll be, he's through to that non-elimination round, and I mean, there's a few clutch heats in these events, and round 3 is definitely one of them.
That's right. You know what? A little lull in the action there. We'll just throw a quick advert. We'll be back after this. Have a look at this one. There we go, inverted bodyboard stores. You know what? There's also these great packages online on the IBA World Tour site. Go to the shop. There's 3 different value packs you can get, and they're all supported by inverted and reflex and turbo. And freedom also. Great value packs there. Buy them for your early Christmas present for your kids there, parents. You know what? Another question's come in for you, Mitch. Strange question, but Cooper Walker. Mitch, do you remember when you signed my forehead in Victoria last year? Do you?
Yeah, I do. I definitely remember. I can't remember exactly what day it was, but I do remember signing Cooper's
Putting ink to
forehead off,
forehead. Ink to forehead.
ink to forehead, and hopefully it's well and truly washed off by now. But it's, I mean, some of the other guys have signed some pretty other obscure places too.
We won't go there. We won't touch on
We
that.
won't.
It's, don't want to get X-rated here. We see
Yeah.
Mike Stewart getting warmed up for his next event. They're stretching out there. 49 this year, Mike Stewart. 49 years of age, and he's still taking on
Still
the best.
chasing it.
Stretching the old back out. It's probably a little sore. Another question for you, Mitch. Todd McCall. Thanks for the questions, guys, coming in there. Todd McCall. Mitch, who do you think has the best form throughout the contest so far?
It's kind of hard to say right now. Like, I think we'll know probably more after this next round. So it's difficult. Like, obviously you got your main guys like Jeff Hubbard, Pierre, Winnie, and I think probably they're the major standouts in kind of every event. They got probably the brightest moments, but as for this event, I think it's really yet to get going. I think we'll see a lot more of it after this round, and then moving into round 4 and 5 and 6. Like, we'll really get a good judge of who's going well.
That's right. I mean, we did see some standouts in heat round 1. Well, yourself, Jeff Hubbard, and then looking today. I mean, look at the standouts today. Mark McCarthy, Dave Hubbard also advancing through.
Yeah, well, it's kind of all
Yuri
wave
Valladar.
dependent. Yeah, it's all wave dependent. Like, you look at if you're on those good ones, all these guys have got like incredible talent, and they've got all the moves. It's just being on those good waves and then executing them well. So sometimes it really does come down to who's on the best waves and who's got a bit of luck going their way. Those top guys, like the Pierres, Winnie, and Jeff can seem to turn a 4 into an 8, a 4 standard wave into an 8. So they're always a major threat. But if you get a lot of the other guys that are on the good waves, it's incredibly hard to beat. Just like that guy there, Andy.
Oh, yeah, look at him. He's
Yeah,
happy.
we've got-
And then Dave Winchester taking this left-hander here, pulling in the barrel. Is he going to come out of this? It's gone. Oh, Winchester comes out and punches a roll off the end there. Nice, foamy finish there. Dave Winchester, nice tube for Winnie there. And you know what?
Oh,
Here we
Roberto.
see answering back, Roberto Bruno pulling in. Talk us through this one here.
Ooh, yeah, just a little bit fast. You can see what Porto actually does. You'll get like a good left come through, and then right behind it there'll be another good left. They kind of come in succession. Like, there'll be a good right, and then behind it there'll be another good right that's a little bit deeper across the bank. But yeah, Winchester, it looked kind of deep, but from our angle, like here in the commentary booth, we can't see the whole wave. But we'll have a look at Rigby. He must have got a right that we didn't see. Good solid roll. That'll get him another good score. But what I was saying about Winchester's wave, it looked like he was really deep, and I seen him stall, and I could tell that the wave was going to hold up and be perfect for him to make it, because he's pretty proficient rider, and he knows what he's doing.
And that's the second one today, proficient.
Proficient, yeah.
I'm pulling you up on these words. I like
is that
it.
not a word? Or?
We'll have to double check in the thesaurus. But look at this, Dave Winchester pulling in, getting on the brakes a little bit, setting up nicely. That was a thick barrel too. Look at the sand going through that one. Comes out nice, and you know what? Punches a good roll, and that's what the judges want to see, an exit manoeuvre. So 8.25 coming in for Dave Winchester there. Extends his lead, 15.88. And Thomas Rigby, we're still waiting for a score to drop through. 6.25 for that roll. Riggers is in second. Roberto Bruno down in third. We've got 5.5 minutes remaining in heat number 4 of round number 3. Coming up next, heat number 5, we're going to see our current world
We've
champ.
got green, Roberto
There we
Bruno,
go.
nice looking right. Stalled up the top. You can see something happening here. Big invert. Oh, kind of got caught up in the lip, but still he got a great little Great little invert straight off the top.
It was a nice invert, but it wasn't a clean finish.
No,
He sort of got rattled a little bit from the lip, and which will affect his score a little bit, but he's comboed at the moment,
we'll
so
have a
it's
look
going
at
to
the
help
replay
him.
anyway. From this angle, pretty good, solid section. Got pretty clean to the lip. It'll be interesting to see what the judges think of that.
Yeah, just bounced a little bit on that landing. But there we see Pierre-Louis Costes's lovely girlfriend, Ruth, from Portugal there, and she follows every single wave that Pierre gets with that camera.
And
She doesn't let anything go past.
Rigby on a big frothy one comes through that little foam ball. Great little chandelier he came through there.
What's he going to do out the end
I'm
here,
not sure,
Riggers?
probably an invert, I think.
Nice barrel to invert. Wow, Riggers.
That's a high scoring wave of the heat right there. I think this heat is going to, Rigby could quite possibly go into the lead here. He needed a 9.63. I don't know if he's going to get a 9.63. I think it's going to get about a 9.25. I'm going to throw that out there. What are you going to throw out there, Alex?
I'm going to throw out an 8.5, I think.
Didn't see that coming, an 8.25.
8.25 now. He's
Point short.
Roberto Bruno has a lot. The Brazilian's got to dig deep. He's got 3.5 minutes remaining. He's really got to dig deep because Winnie and Riggers are just extending their leads right there.
This has been a pretty high-scoring affair right now. What did you think of that last one of Rigby's? I thought that was the best wave of the heat right there.
I think it was a pretty good. Probably was the best scoring wave of the heat. It wasn't as big as Winnie's though. If we can get a replay, we'll have a look at that. I'm not sure if we can, but Winnie's wave was bigger. I think Riggers was a cleaner barrel though, and it was probably a better exit move.
Oh, it's an incredible barrel. But we'll leave it. That's why we're in here and there and there.
That's exactly right. I'm not a judge, and I don't think I'll ever be a judge. It's a tough job, tough gig.
We'll have a look again. So he's really deep, and that section right there, chandeliering, and it just keeps going and running. Like, I really like that wave.
Boom, nice invert there, really good tweak. Heavy landing there, Riggers doing the Gold Coast proud.
Oh, for sure, that was a great wave.
He's from
I
your
think maybe if he hit that section a little bit further down the line, he could have got a bit more projected. Maybe that weighed into the judge's decision. So we'll leave it at that.
Well, 2 minutes remaining on the clock. We're going to see you go and get ready soon, Mitch. You're coming up in the last heat of round 3.
Winchester.
This is
another barrel, or is this the
compare
same
these
one?
two waves. This is his. So there we go. This is Winchester's barrel compared to Riggers. As it was a bigger wave, and the manoeuvre was probably a bit bigger than. I mean, it was a tough roll, but they've actually scored the same.
Very similar, yeah.
Very similar.
Although both good waves, and it looks to be that they're both going to make it. But Roberto Bruno needing a 7.91. I'm not too sure if he has priority right now, but you know, anything can happen, and we've seen it happen. I think in the first heat, Tamiga just got through. Is that right?
Last 10 seconds, he just got through. He's in third. Jorge was in second, and Kalami needed a 4.95, and he ended up combining a couple of rolls on a small wave, a right-hander, and got a 5.13 with 10 seconds to go, which actually, unfortunately, pushed Jorge out of the event. So there, this guy checking out the Red Bull, looking for some Red Bulls, checking out the Red Bull car. Bit thirsty, old mate down there on the beach.
Yeah. And
40 seconds remaining. It looks pretty set now. Winchester's going to take this heat out. And at the moment, Thomas Rigby from your hometown on the Gold Coast coming in second. At the moment, 30 seconds. Roberto Bruno is chasing a 7.91.
Is there
Can't
any
see
sets
much
on the
coming
horizon?
through at the moment. There's a few lumps. He's got 20 seconds to do something here.
So yeah, it doesn't look like much in the way of waves coming, but and yeah, it's really starting to wind down for Roberto.
And counting down there, 5 seconds to go.